Köszöntöm a KETTőNÉGY.blog.hu nézőit! Ezen a héten a Protest the Hero-val beszélgetünk, akik egészen Kanadából fáradtak el Budapestre, még februárban, de megígértem nekik, hogy csak akkor adjuk le az interjút, hogyha kijön a Hair Trigger klipje, ez ezen a héten következett be, úgyhogy lássátok!
I'm not just saying this. It was the best show without a doubt of the fucking tour so far. And the fans are so receptive and enthusiastic. It's the best time. The food is awesome. They let you smoke wherever you want. You drink your face up. It's a wonderful experience being in Budapest.
Are you drunk?
Yeah!
We're Protest the motherfucking Hero from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. What's going on, Budapest?
So you're having a hangover too right now?
Oh yes.
Every day?
Every day. As soon as the show's over, we typically get on the bus and finish our Jack Daniels and listen to crappy hardcore.
I haven't actually experienced a hangover yet on this tour, which is a surprise because usually I'm throwing up every morning and white as a ghost, but I've been all right so far. Haven't got too crazy, I guess.
I've been waking up around 2:30 in the afternoon most days, so I've been sleeping off the hangover, so I've been doing all right. But very slowly getting drunk during the course of the day, yes.
So the fun is in trying to make us read this and seeing how
Arif
it
would
comes
probably
up.
have the best idea.
Oh my god. Ai mi ako tyúkányokend a showban lakik itt bent, lamsizek jó az Isten jött ad, hogy fölvite a kend dolgát.
Yeah, this is about a hen.
It's about a hand?
Hen.
A hen.
Oh, a hand.
Yeah. Which is let in the room. And a well-off hen.
Okay, cool.
So if you were at a deserted island and to survive you had to eat someone from the band, who would that be and why?
I'd put myself out there for the others to eat just because I'm the biggest. So if they wanted to sustain life, they would probably last the longest eating me. But they're probably repulsed by the thought of it.
Absolutely. I believe Tim has the most meat, but it would be spoiled meat.
I was gonna say Luke because he has some muscle on him, and I think that he might be delicious. Like he might be, you know.
His actual earlobes, we always say that they would be nice to fry up with a little garlic butter. They look very delicious.
Yeah, I think these two just want to taste his wiener.
Mostly, yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what's the most disgusting thing on earth?
Tim.
It's funny you should ask. He's sitting right here.
What do you think about that?
I hate myself and I'm just disgusted by my existence.
On last album you were singing about wars and goddesses and spears. Where does that come from, and do you carry on singing about that on the new album?
Well, it comes from Arif. Arif wrote the lyrics on the last record. You'd have to ask him, I guess.
Oh, I think when I was younger, I was just, I think I've spent a lot of time bored and living in sort of a fantasy world of my imagination, and I think that probably a lot of it came from that. It was sort of bridging the distances between various intellectual landscapes that I thought were interesting to me at the time. But this new record, we've approached it a little bit differently, and I've stepped down from that lyric writing role.
Grandfather.
What? Is it moonshine?
This is palinka, made of plum.
Palinko.
Yeah.
It was like liquor?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can try it if you want.
You know, our producer from our album is Hungarian, and he swears by this stuff.
It smells good.
Palinko. Agészség rá. Amazing.
To tomorrow's hangover.
Okay.
That's good, man. It's delicious.
That's really good. Thank you. I love you. Right back at you, buddy. Yeah.
Lássuk, milyen hatással volt a másnapi bécsi bulira nagyapám pálinkája. Is it wrong to enjoy your own gas?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, someone can say it's wrong, but everybody does. Even I don't fart in public, really, but I mean, in private, if I have a toot, I'll enjoy a sniff. You know?
I think the biggest enjoyment from your own gas comes from the repulsion of other people. So the more people that you can make sick and gagging, the happier you are at, you know, what you've created.
It's very true. It's a very good answer, Tim.
On this tour, how do you get along with all the other bands, and do you play tricks on them?
I don't know if we play tricks on them. I'm surprised at how many people smoke weed on this tour. I mean, usually, you know, a couple of people in a couple of bands, you know, will smoke weed, and it seems like everybody, though, is constantly getting stoned. I mean, I feel like I've got a lot of catching up to do.
But do you succeed?
Yeah. You know, well, it's not about who gets there first. It's not a race, but.
How do you manage to get drugs on tour? How does that work?
Well, these guys don't really smoke weed, but I do, and like our rhythm section does. And I guess we've sort of developed something of an international reputation for you know, enjoying cannabinoids. So we usually just throw ourselves to the hospitality of the people who are at the show, and you'd be amazed at how many people will sort of like bring out a little joint or something like that after the show, and we can enjoy.
The shows of the other bands that you play with, do you try to ruin their show?
Well, I don't know if we ever have successfully ruined any shows, but sometimes we talk about what we might do if we could.
What's that?
I just have always said, you know, and this might sound ridiculous, you know, when you're walking behind someone and you're going down a flight of stairs and just for a second you imagine yourself pushing them down, or you're in the passenger seat of a car and you just imagine pulling the wheel. Like, I think about that a lot of times when I look at like the big sort of electrical outlets that are powering the stage and some other band is on. I'm like, I could just yank this out and everyone would be so disappointed. It would be so amazing. But, you know, there's that little voice inside of you that says don't do it, and so far I haven't done it.
Is there any weird stuff on your rider?
For this tour, they sent the writer and they're like, can you just revise anything? And that was on there. It said, one birthday cake with the words mine on it. I was laughing that they actually had submitted that to promoters on previous tours.
We had a good idea once to put socks and underwear on, which I know isn't so wacky and crazy, but it is a really good practical idea because then you don't have to worry about having clean socks and underwear.
We don't worry about that anyway, though.
How often do you wash on a tour?
Not often enough.
Not often enough, yeah. I had my second shower yesterday, and yesterday was the 10th day of the tour.
Congratulations. Arif, are you an Iranosaurus? Is that true?
Yeah, that's my nickname in just about everything. And sometimes when I DJ back at home, that's my name as well. I'm an Tyrannosaurus.
Strangest outfit you had on stage?
Oh, ask this guy. He's probably the craziest.
I do enjoy a costume on stage. The strangest probably is I bought a female sexy Santa Claus costume. It was very revealing. My sexuality was certainly questioned after that show,
I
and
think you crowd surfed in it, did you
I
not?
did. I crowd surfed in it. Timmy went on stage once in just a towel.
Yep.
And where was the towel?
Just around. But also we did a Jägermeister sponsored tour, and they have the Jägerettes, the girls that always wear like short skirts, fishnets, and so I was able once to get a costume off them. So I went on with fishnets and a short skirt and a very tight tank top, and again my sexuality was in question for the whole set.
Once Tim was so hungover, this isn't quite what he had to wear, but once he was so hungover that he had to sit in a chair and play the show.
In my underwear.